Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and I'm here with a review of Aery Flow of Time on Xbox. Now, this was released on the 18th of August 2023, developed and published by Epic Games, who were kind enough to send me a copy for this video review. So, huge thank you to them for that. Now, this is another game in the Aery franchise. If you've not played these before, they are basically like non-combat relaxation style collector games where you play as a bird flying around a variety of environments, collecting memory fragments or feathers in the other games to progress the story. Now, I've covered pretty much all of the Aery games now on the channel. I think there may be one or two I am missing, but they'll be up like soon enough. So if you want to check out any of the other games in the series, I highly recommend checking out our reviews playlist. Now, this is more of the same, and this is one of the better Aery games in my opinion, just in terms of like level layout. So the game sees you obviously playing as this bird going on like a quest. There is some story there. It's sort of played out at the beginning of each level. It's in text on the screen and read out over like narration, and then you jump into the game and you fly through a whole host of environments. Now, there's 11 different chapters to progress through. Each one of them sees you having to collect these memory fragments, and whereas some of the Aery games, all of the fragments or the feathers are out and you have to just fly around picking them all up. This one follows the more linear aspect that some of the other Aery games do, where you'll collect one fragment and then the next fragment will then appear. And until you collect that fragment, the next one won't appear. So I like these ones. It sort of sets you on a path through the game's environments. Now, this one looks great, as always. This sort of like low poly environments. This one uses that newer bird model that I'm sure hasn't been in all the games, but it looks a lot better than some of the older Aery games. The controls work perfectly well, just like all the others. You can press A down to fly slightly faster. You can barrel roll and stuff like that. And all in all, it's a nice little game. Now, the environments, some of them are really, really detailed. I really enjoyed a good majority of them, and there weren't many repeats from past Epic games. The only level that jumped out at me that was like an asset flip from one of the other Epic games was one of the last levels where you're in the future in like a futuristic city. But I love the Aztec city one. I like the snowy sort of mountain level, and I liked the one where there was like pyramids and stuff like that early in the game. A lot of the levels were quite fast-paced as well, like it was just a straight flight. And there was a couple towards the end of the game where the gameplay seemed to be much quicker than the rest of the games. So you were just like blitzing along, like getting up to some really good speeds. I don't know if that was meant to be like that, but it felt so good. I hope they speed up the Aery games and maybe do a whole game where it's at that much quicker speed. Now, overall, this game is really fun. Another easy 1000 gamer score in between 1 to 2 hours, depending on how quickly you play through it. I do think this one was one of the quicker games in the series, just because it was much quicker to work through each of the levels. However, I did encounter a couple of issues while playing. So the audio of the music was really loud. Like, I don't mind it when you're in game, but when you were getting the narration at the beginning of each of the levels, it was hard to hear what was being said because the background music was so loud. And then on the levels where it was like a mountainside elven city or something like that. So like the first level, I hit a few invisible walls when trying to get one of the memory shards, which was quite frustrating. So there was a couple of issues. I did obviously manage to complete the level. It didn't stop me from finishing it. I just had to go a different way around. But there was a noticeable sort of collision issue on that one level. But I didn't have any on any of the future levels. There was also a lot less popping than other Aery games. There was still some in the distance because these are big open worlds, like open environments, should I say. But it was a lot less noticeable than some of the more recently released ones to memory anyway. But overall, a fun little game. Loads of new environments that I haven't seen in these games before. Very simple sort of premise and mechanic. I love the Aery games. Like I say, I've played pretty much all of them now. I've got one more to get, I think, which is Aery Heaven and Hell. I've picked it up. I purchased it the other day, but I haven't played it yet because I wanted to get this one done for the review. But I'll have that one done soon and a review of it, and then I'll be doing some reviews of the last ones I'm missing that I've already completed. So great for achievement hunters, and also just great for people who like a chilled, relaxing indie game. Now, it's playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. It's also available on other systems as well. Priced at £8.39. Overall, fun little game. Highly recommend it. More of the same from the Aery franchise, and I assume there'll be even more of them coming down the line. So keep your eye out on the channel because I always love to cover this series. Hit that like button, guys, and we'll see you very soon. Bye for now. Obviously, I don't normally add these at the end of a video, but just totally slipped my mind when I was recording. One thing that did stand out to me on this game, there's one level which is really weird, sort of midway through the game, I think it's like level 7, where there are no memory fragments until right at the end of the level, so you have to fly through the entire level from start to finish with nothing there to get the memory fragment, and then you work your way all the way back to the beginning. Now, I don't know whether this is a glitch where the memory fragments are spawning on the wrong end, so they're starting from the end and working their way back to the first one, or vice versa, but there's no sort of notification this is what you have to do. I restarted the level a couple of times thinking it was glitched, and I had to go online to find a solution, and then once you fly to the end, it's absolutely fine. You click the first memory fragment and you work your way back to the beginning. But it's an odd one, so if you are playing this game or plan to play this game, just bear that in mind for, I think it's level 7. It's a very snowy level, but I totally forgot it when I was doing the recording, and I thought I better put that in because someone will probably bring it up and be like, what's that about? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.